Good morning, class 7. Today we will start chapter 2 of your civics book, Role of the Government in Health. It is in a democracy, people expect the government to work for their welfare. This could be through the provisions of education, health, employment, housing, or the development of roads, electricity, etc. In this chapter, we shall examine the meanings and problems related to health. Look at the subheadings of this chapter. In what ways do you think this topic is related to the work of government? So, this is something very obvious. When you talk about a democratic government, people expect everything to be done by the government. And if something goes wrong, then also we find it very convenient, and we blame the government for that as well. So here what we are going to discuss is we are going to talk about what does the government do, what is its role in the health sector. Let's begin. What is health? We can think of health in many ways. Health means our ability to remain free of illness and injuries. But health isn't only about disease. You may have associated only some of the situations in the above collage with health. So you can see the collage here. So it's not necessary that when we talk about health, it is only about the disease. It includes other things as well. You may have associated only some situations in the above collage with health. What we often ignore is the fact that each of the above situations is related to health. Apart from disease, we need to think of other factors that affect our health. For example, if people get clean drinking water or a pollution-free environment, they are likely to be healthy. On the other hand, if people do not get adequate food to eat or have to live in cramped condition, they will be prone to illness. So this is like what health means. Here, it's not necessary that when we talk about diseases or illness, then only it is related to health. The environment, proper drinking water, all these things are also contributing to health. All of us would like to be active and in good spirits in whatever we may be doing. It isn't healthy to be dull, inactive, anxious, or scared for long stretches of time. We all need to be without mental strain. All of these various aspects of our lives are a part of health. So, if a person is dull, he is not active, then all these things are also a matter of health. Healthcare in India. Let us examine some of the aspects of healthcare in India. Compare and contrast the situation expressed in first and second columns. Let's see. India has the largest number of medical colleges in the world and is among the largest producers of doctors. Approximately more than 30,000 new doctors qualify every year. So it is, you can see that it is a record, you can say. Most doctors settle in urban areas. People in rural areas have to travel long distances to reach a doctor. The number of doctors with respect to the population is much less in rural areas. If you have any idea about the rural area, or if you have seen or visited, then you must have seen that there are less hospitals. It's very difficult to find a good doctor. But in urban area, because although there are so many doctors who are qualifying every year, but then most of them, they settle in the urban areas, maybe because of the facilities we have in the urban areas. Healthcare facilities have grown substantially over the year. In 1950, there were only 2,717 government hospitals in India. In 1991, there were 11,174 hospitals. In 2017, the number grew to 23,583. About 5 lakh people die from tuberculosis every year. So tuberculosis is the disease which we popularly call as TB in short form. This number is almost unchanged since independence. Almost 2 million cases of malaria are reported every year, and this number isn't decreasing. India gets a large number of medical tourists from many countries. They come for treatment in some of the hospitals in India that compare with the best in the world. We are not able to provide clean drinking water to all. 21% of communicable disease are waterborne, for example, diarrhea, worms, hepatitis, etc. Communicable, that is, like can be easily caught because of because it is there these viruses and bacteria, they are in the water. India is the third largest producer of medicines in the world and is also a large exporter of medicines. Half of the children in India do not get adequate food to eat and are undernourished. That is, they are suffering from malnourishment. In order to prevent and treat illness, we need appropriate healthcare facilities such as health centers, hospitals, laboratories for testing, ambulance services, blood banks, etc. that can provide the required care and services that patients need. In order to run such facilities, we need health workers, nurses, qualified doctors, and other health professionals who can advise, diagnose, and treat illness. We also need the medicines and equipment that are necessary for treating patients. These facilities are required to take care of us. So, to prevent the illness, or what we need, proper healthcare services, like obviously good hospitals, then laboratories where the testings could be done, blood banks should be there, ambulance service has to be very quick. All these things are required for a proper health, and then it is said that the health care facilities are good. In India, it is often said that we are unable to provide health services for all because the government does not have enough money and facilities. After reading the above left-hand column, do you think this is true? So you must have seen here that government does not have what do you say? The reason is maybe because the people who are after attaining the degree in medicine, they prefer to settle in urban areas than going to the rural areas where people do not get proper health treatment or health care. So children, I hope you must have understood till here whatever we have discussed. We will be continuing in the next class. Please read the chapter, underline the important things. Thank you. Take care of yourselves.